His Majesty King Mohammed VI, may God assist him, addressed today, Friday, a speech to the first Arab-Chinese summit hosted by the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The following is the full text of His Majesty's speech, which was read by Prime Minister Aziza Kanouch. Praise be to God alone, and prayers and peace be upon our Lord, the Messenger of God, his family, and his companions. The custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, and my dear brother, Your Excellency Mr. Xi Jinping, President of the People's Republic of China, and my great friend, Your Majesties, Excellencies, Highnesses, and Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I would like, at the outset, to express my sincere thanks to my dear brother, the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, may God protect him, and through him to my dear brother, the Crown Prince, His Royal Highness Prince Mohammed bin Salman, and to the Saudi people brother, for hosting this first Arab-Chinese summit, and for the efforts made by the Saudi authorities to create the appropriate conditions for its organization and success. Thanks are also extended to His Excellency Mr. Xi Jinping, President of the People's Republic of China, for his co-chairmanship of this summit. I also express to His Excellency Mr. Ahmed Aboul Gheit, Secretary General of the League of Arab States, my appreciation for the valuable work done by the League, in order to prepare well for the work of this summit. On this occasion, we would like to renew our congratulations to the friendly Chinese people on the success of the 20th Congress of the Communist Party of China. We also renew the expression to our great friend, His Excellency President Xi Jinping, of our highest congratulations on his re-election to the head of the party, for the third time, which confirms the continued confidence he enjoys in the friendly Chinese people and the leadership of the Chinese Communist Party. It is also appropriate to praise what emerged from the conference regarding relations with the Arab world. Your Majesties, Excellencies, Highnesses, and Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, today we are witnessing a strong moment in the path of Arab-Chinese cooperation. As the first Arab-Chinese summit constitutes a historic event and an important turning point in the relations between the two sides. It is also an opportunity to add a new brick to the edifice of the existing strong traditional relations between the Arab world and China. This summit, to the extent that it is suitable for exploring future prospects for the establishment of a distinguished partnership, we are keen for it to occupy a prominent place in the map of our Arab region's relations with its various partners, including countries, regional and continental groupings and organizations. It also constitutes a date for evoking the cultural dimensions and historical ties, which were based on a network of human relations, fruitful cultural blending, and mutual positive influence, within the framework of the ancient Silk Road. These ancient relations, which were woven through this cultural and civilizational cross-pollination that extended over time, and linked the past to the present, look forward to the future today, in a renewed and continuous cooperation, perhaps the most prominent manifestation of which is the existing Arab-Chinese cooperation within the framework of the Belt and Road Initiative. Your Majesties, Excellencies, Highnesses, and Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, this summit is taking place in an international context fraught with crises, left by the effects of the corona pandemic, and the delicate geostrategic developments that the world is witnessing and the accompanying disturbances, hotbeds of tension and armed conflicts, which have a direct impact on our Arab region, on our partner China and on all countries of the world. This gives the strategic partnership between us a special importance, in the sense that it seeks to overcome the effects of these multifaceted challenges. Perhaps the cooperation between China and the Arab countries during the pandemic period at all health levels, which sometimes rose, as is the case with the Kingdom of Morocco, to the level of institutional, scientific and industrial partnership, especially in the field of vaccinations, is a good example of the importance and feasibility of the close cooperation that exists between us. Your Majesties, Excellencies, Highnesses, and Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, We proudly note the keenness of the friendly People's Republic of China to support security and stability in the Arab region, and to support it in overcoming the crises it is witnessing, and limiting its repercussions, with the wisdom and sobriety that is recognized for Chinese diplomacy, which contributes to bringing the views of the parties closer together. Giving priority to the virtues of dialogue, in order to overcome the reality of turmoil and instability from which some brotherly Arab countries suffer. Here, we would like to point out that the challenges facing the countries of the Arab region that threaten their security and stability are due in some cases, unfortunately, to the policies and behaviors of some Arab countries towards others. Hence, it must be emphasized that this situation full of dangers cannot be overcome without adhering to the principles of good neighborliness, respect for the national sovereignty and territorial integrity of states, and refraining from interference in their internal affairs. On the other hand, China's firm support for the just Palestinian cause is considered a valuable international gain, in order to find a just and lasting solution to this issue, within the framework of the relevant international legitimacy resolutions, foremost of which are those related to Al-Quds al-Sharif. In this context, and in our capacity as chairman of the Jerusalem Committee, we can only highly appreciate China's unwavering support for preserving the legal and historical status of the Holy City, and its refusal to take any unilateral decisions that would undermine efforts to revive the peace process, remove the Jerusalem file from the negotiating table, and isolate it for final status files. This will increase the tension and complexity of the situation, at a time when we are striving, with all the peace-loving forces, to provide the appropriate conditions for the peace option to prevail, and for the return of the Palestinian and Israeli sides to the negotiating table. Your Majesties, Excellencies, Highnesses, and Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the Arab-Chinese relations are diverse and developed at the political, economic, commercial, cultural and humanitarian levels, thanks to their rich qualifications that should be invested optimally in order to contribute to achieving the aspirations of the Arab world for real economic renaissance and scientific and technological development, especially through the launch of development projects and support structures, technology, logistics, human development and technology transfer. However, although China is the first economic partner of the Arab countries, the trade exchange between the two sides, even if it recorded good levels in terms of volume, diversity and intensity, reaching about $240 billion in 2020, has not yet reached the level of available qualifications. He also knows a large deficit in Arab exports to China, with the exception of oil and gas exports, which requires joint action to encourage and diversify these exports, to be a locomotive for the advancement of the Arab industrial, agricultural and service economy. Also, the number of Chinese tourists visiting Arab countries is less than the number of their Arab counterparts who go to the friendly Republic of China, and here we call for work to increase the number of tourists in both directions, to achieve what we all aspire to of further rapprochement and communication between the Arab peoples and the friendly Chinese people. Your Majesties, Excellencies, Highnesses, and Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, among the pillars of the foreign policy of the Kingdom of Morocco is the development of South-South cooperation, diversification of partners and openness to regional groups, as the Kingdom has relations of friendship, solidarity and fruitful cooperation with a large number of them, especially those belonging to the countries of the South. In this regard, we would like to express our deep satisfaction with the strong historical friendship between Morocco and China, fruitful cooperation in various fields, and constructive coordination and consultation on various issues of common concern, and with the sure and sincere desire shared by the two countries to develop them. In this context, we affirm the Kingdom of Morocco's involvement in the One China policy, as a basis for relations between the two friendly countries. Our support for the initiatives put forward by China, such as the Group of Friends of the International Development Initiative, reflects the level of close cooperation between the two friendly countries. Morocco is also keen to move forward in consolidating the strategic partnership concluded between the two countries in May 2016, and the Memorandum of Understanding on the Belt and Road Initiative, thus expanding the horizons of bilateral cooperation to include new, promising and value-added sectors, to advance relations between the Kingdom of Morocco and the Friendly Republic of China to higher levels. Your Majesties, Excellencies, Highnesses, and Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, as usual in the cooperation forums that bring together the Arab region with gatherings and other countries, the Kingdom of Morocco participated in all the rich and multiple meetings and activities organized within the framework of the China-Arab Cooperation Forum, in a constructive and responsible spirit. It has contributed to the embracing and success of the important initiatives that have been developed in this framework, due to its belief in the feasibility and necessity of strengthening the strategic partnership between China and the Arab countries. Today, the Kingdom of Morocco reaffirms its readiness to contribute effectively to raising the level of this strategic partnership, in all fields, in a permanent commitment to just and legitimate Arab causes, in order to build a more just and balanced global political and economic system, and in full respect for the sovereignty and territorial integrity of states and non-interference in its internal affairs. In this context, the Kingdom of Morocco commends the Arab-Chinese initiatives that will be adopted within the framework of this summit, and affirms its readiness to contribute seriously and interactively to the recommendations contained in the Riyadh Declaration, with a view to advancing the Arab-Chinese strategic partnership, and laying strong foundations for building a common future that guarantees means of cooperation. Albany, encouraging investment, rehabilitating the economy and improving its performance, advancing the reality of the Arab person, and engaging in the knowledge and communication society. On this occasion, I cannot fail to renew my deep pride in the depth of the ties between the Kingdom of Morocco and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and the strength of their bilateral relations. He praised the exemplary partnership between the two brotherly countries, based on constructive consultation, effective solidarity, and fruitful cooperation in various strategic fields. I also express my pride in the bonds of sincere brotherhood and mutual appreciation between the two royal families, and the affection and friendship shared by the two brotherly peoples. In conclusion, I would like to renew my sincere thanks to the leadership, government and people of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for their warm reception, and for their efforts to organize and make this summit a success, in order to achieve what we all aspire to in terms of consolidating the foundations of a true partnership that serves peace and stability, and produces progress and common prosperity. Peace, mercy and blessings of God be upon you.